Well, guys, good afternoon. Thank God it's Friday. And I'm gonna smoke a short cigar, so this is gonna be a short video. Um, this is a Padron 1926 series. And when I bought it, I thought it looked a little longer in the picture, but you can't measure it. This is I don't know, 3.5, 4 inches. So let's see how it smokes. And this is not a cheap cigar. This cigar cost $24, I think it was. So it's not a cheap cigar. And it's another of the square ones, which I found out that they're really good cigars. So, and I got Papa here with me. He's kicking back. I went and got another batch, and I received a box of blue Nicaragua. I got some Nicaraguas, but I didn't know that they were the blue, the golden Nicaragua. Here's my old lady. She went shopping, grocery shopping, so I'm gonna have to stop the video to help her unload the car. We'll see how much she brought. Yeah, Papa, there's Mama. All right, hang on a second. You done? You eat too quickly. I gave him a sausage, he just devoured it. So yeah, I was right. I had to go get help him. This is a cigar, not a sausage. Help out with the groceries. So I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is I talked to the shop where they're fixing my engine, and apparently the engine is going to be ready and done by midweek next week. So tomorrow I'm going to go and give the guys some money, take a look at what they've done so far. I know that the heads are ready, they're all painted and everything, and then I got to see how's the block doing. I'm going to look at the pistons and everything else. So he's going to have it ready in less than a week. The bad news is that now my mechanic is backpedaling. I can't get a hold of him. I send him texts and he doesn't answer. And I call him, he don't answer. Oh, thank you.
You have to do it on the weekend, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if he can make it on the weekend. That's the problem. I'm gonna call him tonight.
No, carajo, se metió.
He thinks, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. He thinks you're gonna give him another one.
No.
That's fine. The thing is that where he works, his boss is very greedy, and he wants to take a cut of whatever he makes on any job that he does on his own on weekends. So, because when I was going to install the carburetor, I went to the shop and I talked to the guy. He says it's $200. So I was going to order the carburetor through him, and I said $200 for what? He goes, to install the carburetor, and I said no, I could install it. He goes, no, then there's no warranty. I can't give you a warranty on the carburetor if we don't install it. And I said, never mind, I'll buy the carburetor someplace else. So he wants a cut out of everything. So the other day I called the mechanic and I was talking to him about the truck engine. And I said, hey, how much will you charge me to take the heads off my truck's engine? And he said, what engine? And I noticed the way he answered is like he was probably in the presence of his boss. So, like, he didn't want to talk about it. And I said, okay, no, I'm sorry. I think I made I called a wrong number. And he goes, yeah, you called a wrong number. And I hang up. So I think that's what the issue is. So tonight, when I know he's at home, I'm going to call him and see what happens. Because the issue now is that he cannot get away during the weekend because he's got to work at the shop. And I don't know if he can come over and do anything on a Saturday. I think he works also on a Saturday, and I don't know if he wants to do anything on a Sunday. So the point is that when I drop the engine in the boat, I want him to be present so he can put it together. But I don't think I'm going to be able to. So I'm just going to have to drop the engine there, and then if he can come on a Sunday, we can push the engine forward, attach it to the transmission, and connect all the stuff back up. But he's not getting in touch with me. I'm leaving him, I text him and stuff, and he's not answering. So I'm already foreseeing some problems that my mechanic is not really on board. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to play it by ear, see what happens. Well, the cigar, it's easy to draw. I haven't found any particular extra flavor, but it did bite at the beginning, and I don't like that. And this is an expensive cigar. Out of all the cigars I bought, this is the most expensive, and it's not giving me that quality of excellence that I've gotten with other cigars. One thing about that I noticed since I started smoking Padron, which by the way was my first cigar, it was a Padron, and it always, when I say bite, I don't know for the people who don't smoke cigars, what I mean is that it kind of burns your tongue, not with heat, but with bitterness kind of thing, which is weird. As far as the flavor and the aroma, it's not equal to the H. Upman number 20. No, doesn't come to it. Doesn't come close to it. I don't know why. It's supposed to be a better cigar. It's greasy. I'm gonna light it up. Maybe it'll get better further on, but I'm not getting that. I'm getting a different aroma. It's not the same leaf. It's not the same type. And this is the thing about the cigars that you might not know, that it depends if where the cigar is grown. If the ground has a certain mineral, a certain amount of shade or humidity, the plant is very susceptible to the conditions around it. Some cigars smell better, taste better, because when they harvested, what time of year and what ground it was grown, is the soil tired, is the soil in a little higher elevation. You don't grow cigars in the mountains, and make that clear. But if you're in a low valley and then you have a little bit higher area, maybe that it could change the flavor, different things. It's a very particular plant that it responds according to the surroundings. There's some cigars that the minute you lit it, you go, whoa. And people even around you, they say, hey, that smells good. But this one, I'm not getting that deep aroma for having a $24 cigar. So now my humidor is full. I have to, the H. Golden Nicaragua came in a separate blue box, really pretty box. I put that in my closet because it's got that envelope with the humidity. It's got a few envelopes in there. So I'm going to leave it there for now. And then try one of them, see how it is. So now one of my viewers wrote to me and said, hey, are you hunting this year? Or did you give up hunting already? And I thought about answering. I said, well, I haven't given up on it. I haven't bought the tags yet. I haven't applied for any tags. I said to him, if I shoot a deer, it has to be a real good deer. I'm not going to shoot a Bambi. I'm not going to shoot a Forky, 2 and 2 little things like that. That's not, no. I don't need the meat. I want a trophy. If I don't get a trophy, I'm not shooting the animal. Now, sometimes the bucks hang out 2 or 3 together. If out of the 3 I see a good shooter, I'll shoot it. The last time I saw 3 of them together, which was about 2 or 3 years ago, and they almost crossed in front of me, but it wasn't opening yet. It was 2 days from the opening. One was a 4-pointer, good size. Oh, you decide to come back, huh? No more sausage for you. You want to be here with Daddy? There was a 4-pointer, a 6-pointer, and another 4-pointer, and there was one 4-pointer that he was a little smaller as far as height. It's a little smaller, but he had good width, good body size, and the antlers were spread. They were spread out a little bit more. And I said, okay, that's a shooter. So I instead of going deeper into the area I usually go, I didn't get to go into the back country. What I did is I went to this camping area. There's a couple of spots, and I went there, and then I walked. When it was opening, I walked to the same spot where they were going to cross. I hunted there for 2 days, and then they didn't come by. The deer know where to hide and where to go. I met a guy that he said, I walked the whole island. That's where they went when I saw them go in there, and he says I didn't see anything. So they went in there, but they kept going. They crossed the island, they crossed the meadow behind it, and they kept going. So it's a matter of luck, really. I met a couple of guys that they had a buck that went through their camp. And I said, well, how come you didn't shoot it? He goes, there was some brush on the way, and I said, dude, you got a 30 and 6. You could have gone right through it. I mean, he must have been 50 yards. He didn't have to wait for the deer to get out in the open. He saw it. He said it had good antlers and everything, and he didn't take the shot. So it's mostly luck that you're sitting in camp and the deer goes through there. You don't see that every day. I met a guy that he said he saw a 6-pointer and he let it pass. And I said, you let a 6-pointer pass? He goes, yeah, I was waiting for something bigger. And I said, where are you from? Because you're not going to see, I don't think you're going to see an 8-pointer over here. You're lucky if you see a 6-pointer. most of the bucks over here because of the situation. There are a lot of these people are poaching everything. I mean, most of the deer you're gonna see, you're lucky if they got a 4 point. You know, that's decent. So, boy, I was I was expecting something better than this because the last cigar that I bought, 19, this is a 1929, I think it was. Let me see. 1926. Yeah. There's another one that's a 19. Was it 64? I think it was. And that one had good flavor. That's why I went and bought this because I thought it was the same thing. So if I try it again, I'm not going to go for the 1926. I'm going to go for the other date. I think they have two, maybe 1939 in 1964. I think one of those two. So, but I don't know if I'm going to try it, to be honest, because it's a hit and miss. You're playing roulette with this. Now the H. Upman, every H. Upman that I've been smoking, the number 20 or the, I think it was R20. And the other was the red label. The minute, if you saw my video, the minute I lit it, right away, boom, it hits you with the aroma, the flavor. And that's why I said on one of them, I said that's a keeper, because you know you can smell it. But this one, it's a little bland. And I'm sure why. I mean, the color's right. It's wrapped good. It's not too tight. It's not too loose. It draws very good. It bit a little bit at the beginning, but it went away. So I don't know what to tell you. Don't buy it. All right, going back to the motor. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but if I get the motor in place and the mechanic doesn't show up, I got a backup. I got another mechanic friend of mine that he wants to charge a little bit more, and I'll call him and we'll put it together between the two of us. You know, I can help out. It's just that I like to use the same person that took it apart because he knows how to put exactly where everything goes in. I got everything ready. Everything is painted. The bolts, the washers, everything's painted. And then I can do the elbow and the starter engine and the whole thing. But the electrical, I want him to do the electrical. That's the little issue right there, because I want that distributor to fall exactly where it was, right on time, and the other guy can't get the timing right. So I need him to come back, and I gotta see what's going on with him. Maybe he's busy, I don't know. We'll see. So if he cannot be there for the drop, I'll take it in, put it in the hole, and I could, once it's in the boat, I can wait a week or two until he has a day that he can come and put it together. Because I don't think he's going to be able to be at the marina when I make the appointment, and that's going to be during the week probably. That's another issue, that he won't be able to get away. Because if the boss finds out, he's going to want to cut. Oh, it went out. I don't think he should get a cut for something that this guy is doing on the weekends on his own. That's his own time. He can make his extra money for his family, not for him. So I don't know, because he told me he could lose his job, and I don't want to jeopardize him losing his job because he's doing something for me. So I gotta go in and work it out. All right, this thing is dying. The battery is dying. So I want to say I'll see you on the next one. All right, guys.